Thank you all so much for coming out on this evening. Each one of you are very special to Frederica, of course. She asked you all here. This is a very intimate gathering, very special to her, and you'll see why as we, progress throughout the night. But tonight, we're here to celebrate her first and foremost. She's taken a big leap of faith, and it's gonna take a lot for her to put herself out there in the world. But first, she wants to do it with the people she's closest to. So again, thank you all for coming, and tonight just expect to be blessed, expect to be challenged, convicted. I'm Kalesha Williams. I'm a dental hygienist and also a content creator, so and a friend of Frederica, of course. So most of us here assume that we know you, or we may not really know you like we think we do, because let's just face it, sometimes we only know people for certain seasons of their lives. So right here, right now, who is Frederica? What does she stand for? Just let us in, like, what you doing, what you feeling right now.
Okay. Right now, I would describe myself as strong, knowledgeable, observant, and just willing to push through anything, and not quiet at all. I'm quiet enough to try to observe what's going on, but not quiet enough to let anyone run over me, and not, let anyone just step on my feelings, step on what needs to be said.
That's interesting you said that, because I feel like all of us, we really try to, embody all of those characteristics, all those personalities. But it's a very thin line with being respectable and respected at the same time. So we all have to be in a position to stand up for ourselves, but still respect others and their feelings, although we may not agree a lot of times. So what got you to that place?
Being hurt, being broken. Sometimes you have to be put in situations where you feel the lowest of the low, and just like you have nothing, no one but God, and that's what got me in a place where, okay, how do I fix it? And the only answer was God, period.
Yeah, pain can definitely push you into some purpose. We've all been through it. That's a very common, I don't even know if it's a word, but it's a feeling. We've all felt it with different situations in our lives, different trials, different tribulations, and it'll break us or make us. You get to decide. You can't decide what happens to you, but you definitely get to decide how you respond to those things. So next, I want to know, if you could go back in time 10 years and tell yourself something, what would you say? 10 years ago. How old were you 10 years ago, anyway, if you don't mind your people knowing?
Okay, I was 16.
Okay. What would you tell your 16-year-old self?
Well, I would tell myself something.
Okay. I'm sitting here going in my head like, what would I tell my 16-year-old self?
I would tell myself, for one, I would tell myself that I'm beautiful.
Yeah.
And that I'm not damaged. And that better days are coming, but I have to work for it. It's not going to be given to me.
Okay.
So I can't just because I went through something, just because I had a rough childhood, just because, things are hard for me, doesn't mean that it's just going to be given to me.
Yeah.
I have to work for it. I have to go get it. It's not going to be an easy journey.
No.
So that's what I would be worth it. Tell myself.
All right, so what has required the most courage of you in your life so far? The most courage? Would you say maybe this moment?
Yeah. This, talking in front of people. This has been it's been steps before this, actually, that's been leading up to this. So actually, when I was in high school, I was senior class president, and I used to have to do like the senior class meetings. And I had the vice class president. She was a little more vocal than me.
Yeah.
And she offered to, like, you know, I'll talk at the class meeting if you want me to. And I was like, yeah, it's cool. So I'll be okay with, like, going to the back. I didn't care, you know, like, I didn't care about being the center of attention. It was always me. But I told my teacher at the time, I was like, you know, so-and-so said she didn't mind. She said, no, you gonna do it. You gonna talk.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, okay. So it went from me speaking at the class meetings, to me speaking for class day, to me having to MC one of the school functions, to me speaking at graduation, to me working a job where I had to speak.
Yeah.
And like before I knew it, I was comfortable speaking in front of people. So the biggest thing that scared me was something that would potentially be something that I actually would have to do.
Yeah, so with that being said, would you say that purpose finds you, or you have to like go out and like search for it and grab it by the coattail and try to really hold on to it?
It finds you, and you be running from it. Actually,
Yes.
You be hiding from it.
Yeah.
I think that's what it was.
Absolutely.
I was hiding from it.
Yeah, absolutely. And that's a facade too. I think when we hear the word purpose, it automatically puts pressure on us. Most of us may not know our God-given purpose, and if you don't, in the meanwhile, I would just say serve. Find somebody else to serve, or find somebody else business to serve, because sometimes we really block our own blessings. Lord want to bless us with something. He like, well, let me see how she responds to her sister getting this, or let me see how she responds to her cousin getting this. And if we hate on the front line, he like, yeah, no, she ain't ready, or he ain't ready, you know. So if you don't know your God-given purpose, for one, you want to definitely spend time with them, because it's in you. He already put it in you. You just have to spend time with them, and you know, he'll bring it forward. So it was very interesting how, you know, he really builds us up to where he's gonna have us. So with that being said, tell us a little bit about what got you. Well, you already told us what got you to this moment a little bit, but with all of us gathered here, let us know what we're about to witness. Kind of just give us a little walk into what we're about to see on the video without telling us the whole video, but just share why you wanted us to gather here to experience this with you, and you know what we can expect before we put our eyes on your first video that you're gonna put out to the world.
Okay. So what really kind of got me to this moment, you know, while you all are here, is the fact that, like I said, I had to come to the realization that I couldn't expect things to just be given to me. I had to work for it. So there's some things in my life, some things that I wanted, but I wasn't ready for, and I had to realize that unless I worked for it, unless I did the work, when it came to things that have happened to me, some things that really hurt me, things that weren't in my control at all, that I had to heal from in order to grow. So that's why you all are here. You all are part of my process. You are people I confide in, people who I talk to about these things. Some of you may not even realize that you've been about part of the process. So you're about to witness, I'll say, greatness.
Yes.
And I'm so excited.
So for you watching on YouTube, we're about to transition into her very first video that she's gonna put out to the world, to you. So I ask that you just prepare your hearts and your mind to receive the words that she'll be speaking on this video.
It's okay to take time to yourself.
She was like, what is it gonna be about? I said, making her weight loss, because you look amazing. You know, I've been telling you 50 times, but it was a bigger picture.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? I feel like the weight loss wasn't necessarily to do with the weight. It was you cleaning yourself. You cleaning your soul. You know what I'm saying? You being proud of who you see in the mirror. You know, you're not fooling yourself saying you're okay. Today you are okay. Right now you are definitely okay.
Music is really